So, hello again. I'm Barbara Chamberlin, New Mexico State University, and I wear quite a few different hats. I'm in academia, so of course I have the hat of a scholar, I have the hat of a researcher, but the hat I like the most is that of developer, a developer of educational media. But I want to talk about a different hat because I had an inspiration as a developer when I was posed a question as a parent. And the question that really inspired me was given to me at my son's IEP meeting at his school. And it was this: what are your goals for your child's future? And I said, oh, that's easy. I want him to, okay, I want him to go to college. Well, unless, of course, that's not the right choice for him because it's not for everybody. But a good paying job, a high paying job. Well, no, because I don't have a high-paying job, but a job. I want him to have a job. Okay, I want him to have the same beliefs as me, except you can be a good person and have different beliefs. Okay, so the thing I want for my child, which is the thing I want for your child, which is the thing I want for any child I develop for, is this: I want him to be happy, healthy, fulfilled, safe, and contribute to others. This is it. And I feel pretty good at this point in my life because I have these things. So I think, how did I get those things? How did I get the skills that helped me to be this? When I was that kid in that fabulous hat on that horse, and my teachers and my parents, my 4-H leaders, what skills did they want me to have? And this is part of it: multiplication and colors, letter numbers. But when I think of myself as an adult and the skills that have really served me well, it's these: being resilient and active, a self-directed, lifelong learner, kind, inquisitive, problem solver. These are the skills that have really helped me. So I think as a developer, am I creating tools that help me to be which? Which of those things? Because we know they're both important. We need both the content skills and the process skills. But I'll tell you what, the skills in red, those are easy. Those are easier. Much easier than the skills in white. So let me ask you this. Remember when you learned something? Take a full 16 seconds. Learn to change a tire or change the oil or master that really difficult part in a Vivaldi concerto on the violin. What was it? When did you learn something? Now, no, that's actually a horrible question. You don't know. You can't tell. It's impossible, or it's very hard for us to actually define when we learned something. You might remember that time you knew how to do that difficult passage, but you forget that time in second grade when you learned how to hold a bow, and all those times you learned other things that help you learn that in the practice, because learning is a process. It's not a product. And we think of it as a product. We think we can define exactly when we learned, but learning is extremely complex. And it depends on a lot of different things. And the problem is we teach the way we think we learned. And we're horrible at that. So we often just tell people what we already know. Now, we do that really well with beautiful graphics and fabulous narrative and very good sounds. But we sometimes default to this, what I call educational theater, the practice of creating or using educational tools which seem as though they should be educational, while not addressing the more crucial needs. We do a lot of things that are educational, and here's an example. Joan Gans-Cooney did a report of all the apps on the App Store that profess to teach language and literacy, and look at what they teach. All the things in language and literacy, most of them hit the ones on the bottom: alphabet knowledge and letter sounds, because it looks educational and it's easy. But narrative, reading comprehension, the crucially important, difficult things to teach, and we put all of our digital resources towards teaching letter sounds, we can do better. I want to do better. Now, I know I'm a kid screen and I'm preaching to the choir here because I know the quality of materials that come out of this audience, but remember, it's not about you. This is about me. This is about the epiphany that I had. And I thought, what do I want to do as a developer? Because I know better, but I still default to teaching instead of enabling. So my question is, what can I do to make sure I'm addressing the most important educational stuff? And here's what I came up with. The first recommendation I have is to learn more about learning. I've spent a lot of time in college classes. I've taken a lot of ed psych. I know learning theory, and still, every time I go to Wikipedia and just put, take a picture. Take a picture and take this home with you. Just punch in one into Wikipedia or Google, and you will find something that inspires you to think differently through one of these theorists or through one of these theories about learning more. Next, we need to communicate what makes it educational to parents and learners. Parents are busy. We're untangling Slinkies and making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Tell them why gross motor skills is educational. That's really important. And finally, tackle the hard stuff. Let the educational theater go and think about how your learners are learning, and then rethink your educational outcomes to get the things that nobody else is doing. I know that in this room, everything we create is not educational. But because we work with children, everything we do is developmental. And we have a responsibility to tackle that harder stuff. Thank you.